Welcome back to What Does It Mean to Live a Compelling Life? And today we visit Michigan State University. Down below in the description box will be all of the links that I will be referring to, and we'll do a little bit of channel maintenance before we get into it, including running over to YouTube to make sure that we have clicked in to go live, being that I am on my OBS today. And every day I learn yet again another thing. I know that this is true for even advanced streamers. Every day you learn another thing about the process to go live. So let me unplug myself and replug myself in to make sure that we're good. Hold on. And see, I've done the right thing by making sure that all is well in the YouTube hood. Okay, Michigan State University. We'll just start with the very first wiki. That's kind of where we always go first. And something that I was thinking about actually, because I don't know if this would be useful, but I think if someone else was doing this content for the universities, that there may be some interest in knowing this very focused point of view. And I think what I will do is put the college in the title from now on. And we go here, we pin the message so that it is up at the top. All right, so why are we gathered here today? At the very end of July, David Schools on his Twitter put out the Vlaugust challenge. This was a post on his Twitter. Can be private in our Facebook group or public, your choice. The first Vlaugust was 7 years ago, inspired by our friend GRET GLYER, who asked the question, what does it mean to live a compelling life? We're bringing it back this year, and anyone can join. Want to get better at making videos? Have something you want to say? Join us. So I took the challenge. We are on day, we would be on day 7, and we were supposed to go live yesterday, did not, but here we are on the 13th. So I did do a post of my own to kind of showcase when you make a commitment. I may be at the 50% mark, but I'm still going. And I think that that's probably true of many things. Just go ahead and finish and complete, especially if it's time stamped. Just go ahead and do everything that you can to live through it for the month rather than dropping it and then walking away as if you never did make the commitment. Go ahead and, just struggle bus it through, get through the month. If you make it every day, that's a beautiful thing. If you don't make it every day, that's a beautiful thing, because you could say, I started here and I ended here, and I know what that whole challenge, the sense of it is, and I just think you're better off approaching it that way. Of course, everyone does these things different. They start, they stop, they start again, they start, etc. Maybe they'll even do it next year or the next time that an opportunity arises to accept a challenge, or it may be that you just come up with a challenge of your own. And but still the same thing is true. If it's a challenge in August, then why not just go ahead and do your utmost best to just get through the moment in time. And this maybe you'll get maybe why I'm putting this out there. Remember the name GRET GLYER. He's a schoolmate of Dave Schools. And he was the CEO of DonorSee. And according to the TED Talk at UMD on the speaker roster, he is the founder of DonorSee, an app that lets you help the world's poorest people seconds after downloading, and then proves it with raw video updates. From 2013 to 2016, GRET lived with the world's poorest people in Africa, where he built more than 100 houses for the homeless and famously crowdfunded $100,000 to build a girls' school in rural Malawi. GRET has been featured in USA Today, National Review, HuffPo, and is a TEDx speaker. He talks regularly on charity, poverty alleviation, and the third world. So, why would I say go ahead and get through the month as you would just with emotionally go ahead and get through the month? He had his whole life in front of him. GRET GLYER was found shot to death in his bed the morning of June 24th, 2022, with one of those classic examples of having his life all ahead of him, with a vision, a mission, important message, a family, friends. His whole life was ahead of him. So it kind of seems right, number one, that we would be on the search for what does it mean to live a compelling life, but we would also honor and understand that, time is of the essence to share your voice. So, in today, of course, we're visiting MSU, and their motto is advancing knowledge, transforming lives. So let's head to their wiki, and I will read just a little bit of the wiki. They were founded in 1855. It was the agricultural college of the state of Michigan, the first of its kind in the United States. After the introduction of the Morrill Act in 1862, the state designated the college a land-grant institution in 1863, making it the first of the land-grant colleges in the United States. The college became coeducational in 1870. Today, Michigan State has facilities all across the state and over 634,000 alumni. And it goes on. Affiliates include 2 Nobel Prize laureates, 20 Rhodes Scholars, 20 Marshall Scholars, 8 Pulitzer Prize winners, etc., including my father. So there we go with a little bit. They go on the way back. And there have been controversies, and they have recent history news that's been out, including the Agriculture Hall arson in 1999. There have been sexual assault investigations starting, the big ones have been back in 2014, and then, of course, the USA Gymnastics sex abuse scandal. So they have not been free of some horrible situations. You can go into the wiki to find out. That part of it is really something. Very powerful school, and plagued with, it might be the size of the campus. I'm not really too sure. I don't know what has put them at odds with, popular culture, that they would attract such problems with their leadership. They do believe that there is an experience there, though, including a leadership development, and that's where I want to focus on my talk today, on how we learn to live a compelling life. You have to have some sort of capture of how you are being developed, your personal development. So at Michigan State, they believe that everyone has the potential for leadership at any point in their college experience. Our goal is to help you create an integrated and coherent leadership experience that enhances your knowledge and is connected to your academic course of study. So here, this whole thing about cohesion, that everything that you're doing is creating an integrated and coherent leadership experience in your life. So this is kind of goes back to that everything that you do is of value. So if you've ever heard me speak about that all things are disturbing to my peace of mind. And, this is so true, and it needs to be not maybe all the time, but it needs to be most of the time, so that you can understand that how everything that you do rolls around and back again. Our leadership development programs are a combination of experiential learning opportunities. Obviously, to have a compelling life, you have to be given learning opportunities, whether it's mentor, family, faith, your job. That cannot be stagnant in your life where you've stopped learning. Skill development, same thing. Whether it's your hobbies, whether it's your mentoring your friends, whether it's experience with other people, skill development is right there, and self-assessment programs. So and there are lots of things, you can do this with bullet journals and self-assessment, what are they called, surveys about kind of where you are in the whole course of your life. We believe that once a student leader understands and knows themselves and their leadership style, they then have the potential to exert great influence on their organizations. Here we go again. We believe that once a student leader understands and knows themselves, you cannot be in denial that you are core to your life. And we see this a lot where, especially for, you'll see this with student life, that you're kind of, going back and forth, and you're being, pressure is being exerted on you to perform in a certain way outside of yourself, but it's very important that you know yourself. Because on the other end, you have to then have the potential to exert great influence on your organizations, the things that you're around, your family life, church life, etc., and your work environments and future communities. So it's very big. So down below, they have different leadership development programs, and that one can, I believe the way that they have it is that you apply, and that everyone can go through the Spartan experiences, and I believe that that's how they have it sorted out. There is something, though, called Leadership Institute. And this is how this works. It's an intensive, energizing, and unique 6-day educational experience designed to develop college students to lead with integrity. So here's an entire course, 6 days, so that you can develop to lead with integrity. I think that when we walk away and we're just kind of in every day, I'm just wondering whether or not we're taking this time to make sure that we understand that every step that we take needs to be developed, and that if this is one of your aspirations is to lead with integrity, certainly leading with integrity is a great start to having and living a compelling life. Okay, next up here, it says they can nominate someone to participate. It's highly interactive, motivating, and thought-provoking experience to empower young leaders. So there we go on that. So those were the two areas that I thought were interesting, and the way that they're describing MSU really focused on shaping the minds so that you can be a good leader. This was Leadership Institute. It does appear that you could do a PDF, but that PDF was not available right now. I don't know why exactly. It's called Leadership Brochure PDF. So maybe it is out there. If I find it, I will put it down below in the box. So that is Michigan State. There's one other place that I can go here. The leadership.org, the actual website, looks to have a video. It has been part of the MSU for 36 years. They have had 85,595 participants go through the program. And here it is again. People who participate in our programs are seeking to gain leadership skills, clarify their values, and become more resilient as they work to make change in their communities and impact society. So those two things, and we've seen this over again with the universities that we've visited, that the effort here is that when you see that change can be made, you have the power to go in and make changes that can impact society, to have more people working towards a just, caring, and thriving world. Once again, these are just kind of mottos of a compelling life. Obviously you should have a just sensibility. You should be caring. And you should know that all of these things work together to be evolved into a thriving world. Our programs are delivered in person and virtual formats to meet the needs of both college students and professionals. So you go on with that. There's a mission and vision area in this. This is down below. There are as many different kinds of leaders as there are people, so it's showing that there is no cookie cutter program for leadership or leaders, and that leading with integrity. And to lead basically is this lead with purpose, to lead, live. So, okay, there we go on that. I think that that's about it, really. Okay. This has been Beauty Bubble 4, this incredible challenge. It goes on all week long. What does it mean to live a compelling life? And we visited Michigan State University. Remember, they were founded in 1855, so they might be a good way to go look and see what they're up to. Bye-bye now.